Allah. I need to hate the act itself, but not the person. And we have to hate the action because that's for only one reason, because Allah doesn't like it. So when you don't like lying, it's not because that person is lying, because lying in general is something Allah doesn't like. And Allah la yuhib, Allah doesn't love those who lies. Number 4, don't you take what they told you as it is, and as a result, that person who said something about you, you're gonna absolutely feel or you're gonna think ill about that person. The problem with the person who carry tales or the tale sayings is because it's not only someone is telling you bad thing about you, but you're gonna have an ill feeling toward the other person. I need to go against my nafs. Remember, all this related to the heart. When I have ill feeling towards someone, there is a black dot in my heart. When I feel anger against someone because of what they said, I have black dot in my heart, and this will make the vase dirty. So the best thing is like, you know what, they didn't say it. They didn't say it. Or even if they said it, they didn't mean it. It needs a lot of work, but the result is beautiful. And the 5th thing, which is also very important, you're not going to go and start spying on that person to see did they really say this, what else they said about me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala absolutely described the person who carries the tales, who carries the words from one person to the other in a negative way in the Quran, where he said, وَلَا تُطَعْ كُلَّ حَلَّافٍ مَهِينٍ هَمَّازٍ مَشَّاءٍ بِنَمِيمٍ. He said to Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam, do not obey and follow a person who always used the name of Allah to make an oath. And then he described hammazin, meaning walks and backbite, but not with the tongue, rather with the face and the body action or the body language. Masha'in binamim, walks with namima, walks with tale telling or tale carrying. So do not obey them. And the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said, La yadkhul al-jannah qattat. The person who is constantly tale carrying will not enter Jannah. Let me share with you this story. Sulaiman ibn Abdul Malik, who is and from the Umayyad time, he was the leader of the believers. So he called the man and he said to the man, someone told me that you said this and this and this about me. The man said, I didn't. Sulaiman ibn Abdul Malik, he said, yes, you did, because the person who told me is truthful. Now the man responded and he said, النمام لا يكون صادقا. The person who walks with tale telling is never truthful. And then Sulaiman Abdul Malik responded, he said, you know what, you're right, go, I have nothing against you. So in general, what do we learn? When someone comes to us and say, you don't know what they said about you, the answer is, don't tell me anything, you're not truthful. Even if it was true, and you will never know, and we don't need to know, because it's not going to make any difference for us with Allah, and it's going to hurt my heart. Best way is, don't let these things get to you. Leave it and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if it is true, to basically guide that person and keep your heart pure and sound, Ya Rabbi Ameen. Have you ever seen people, and there are many of those people, who they speak very little? One thing you will notice, and pay attention to this, those people who speak less, very unlikely they will make mistakes. And Sayyidina Umar said, من كثر كلامه كثر سقطه ومن كثر سقطه كثر الذنوب ومن كثر الذنوب النار أولى به. He said, the person who speaks too much will make a lot of mistakes, and the person who makes a lot of mistakes will make a lot of sins, and the person who sins, the nar, the hellfire, is a best place, a good place for him. Beautiful hadith of Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Personally, it scares me. And he said the following, من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فليقل خيرا أو ليصمت. Whomsoever believe in Allah and the day of judgment, let him or her say good or stay quiet. And say good means, as we said earlier, it's something pleasing to Allah. You're gonna bring two people who there is some discourse between them, you bring them together, or you are enjoining good, or you are helping people, bringing happiness to people. So there is no other option. When I'm speaking, has to be two options. Either what I'm saying is good or what I am saying is not good. There is no other, because he said, فَلْيَصْمُتْ. And Mukhalid ibn al-Hussein, a righteous man, he said, subhanallah, for the last 50 years, I never said a word I need to apologize for. Anytime I need to apologize about something, when I say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it, that means I shouldn't have said that. That means I should have stayed quiet. Another beautiful story. Luqman, Sayyidina Luqman entered, Luqman al-Hakim entered on Sayyidina Dawood, and Sayyidina Dawood was a blacksmith. And he saw him working on shield. And he really loved what he was doing. And he didn't know why Sayyidina Dawood is doing this. And Sayyidina Luqman, of course, his wisdom prevented him. So he didn't say anything, stayed quiet. And then Sayyidina Dawood got up and finished, took the shield, looked at it and says, what a beautiful shield is this for the war. And Luqman al-Hakim smiled and he said, As-samtu hukmun wa qalilun fa'iluh. As-samt is wisdom. Staying quiet is wisdom. And another meaning of it is staying quiet is an obligation, but very few doing it or are able to do it. Sayyidina Umar entered where Sayyidina Abu Bakr was sitting, and he saw Sayyidina Abu Bakr doing this. Listen to this. He was touching his tongue and holding it. Sayyidina Umar said to Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Ma, meaning, what is this? Ghafar Allahu lak, may Allah forgive you, what is this? And then Sayyidina Abu Bakr said, basically, this is the one who took me to the wrong path, or this is the one who I'm so worried about in the day of judgment. So the take-home message, as we are in this blessed month, let's spend more time quiet than we talk. Let us, if we need to talk, and sometimes we have to, let it be in something pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's have an imaginary filter. And that filter, so when things comes out, anything that's not pleasing to Allah, qul khayran, if it is not good, right? But I'm saying it, that filter will stop it. So I'm about to say it and I need to stop. This way, if we start practicing it and time ourselves, how much we speak, how much we are quiet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and a lot of dua, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bi'idhnillah, He's going to make us able to قُلْ خَيْرًا وَلَا فَاصْمُتْ, practice this hadith.